Hello, everyone. It's about 4 minutes and 30 seconds before I'm right begins with Jill Cox Cordova and Anthony Cordova. And I'm the Anthony Cordova part. If you didn't know, just let everybody know. However, this is the day before not Thanksgiving. What day is it? Oh, it's July 3rd, which is the day before July 4th. Yes, that's right. But if you're listening to this in replay, you can fast forward right past this spot and get right into the show. So you don't have to listen to me just run my mouth to kill time before the show starts. However, if you're going to watch the show tonight, know that you can watch it on YouTube and Facebook, and you can make comments on YouTube and Facebook. And also, if you run into a problem like you did last week, sometimes Facebook malfunctions. And when Facebook malfunctions, you could either go to YouTube or go to JillCoxCordova.com and click on the podcast tab. Once you click on the podcast tab, you don't have to do anything else. The show will be right there and you're ready to watch. So you don't have to push any other buttons unless you want to participate in the show and be seen and heard. And you can make comments when you're on the website. Also, all you have to do is page down a little bit and you can make comments there also. So, also on Facebook, there should be a link for you to be in the show if you want to be in the show and make comments. And also throughout the show, there will be QR codes popping up that you can scan with your phone and get right into the show to participate and comment. But it seems that most of you like to comment in Facebook and just type your comment. And we like that too. But audience participation is excellent. We love it. We love to know when you're there. And that's how we can tell that you're there when you make comments. So we have about 1 minute and 45 seconds and we'll get right into the show. Well, we have approximately 1 minute to showtime, and you'll see Jill and I right here, and we will be talking to you. Whether you realize it or not, we'll be speaking directly to you. So, who's in the house tonight? We would like to know. Just let us know. And you can just say hi, what's up, how y'all doing? You can say happy 4th of July. You can just type anything you wish. And just it makes us happy and it makes for the show better when you comment. So we have about another 23 seconds and we'll be right here with you. So please stand by. Come on, Jill. Oh, Jill, you got it.
Hey!
Well, you had it then. You just switched up.
I would always be like you.
All right. Actually, you do. You're always trying
No,
to copy
I
me.
do not. I don't want to be like you.
Jill is always trying to copy me. Like if I get a T-shirt, I want a T-shirt too. I want that T-shirt.
Says the man who steals my
happens-
T-shirts.
It happens all the time.
He steals my T-shirts.
It happens all the time. But yeah, what's going on?
Well,
Jill?
anyway, if you
Yes.
didn't know, this is I'm Right,
I'm right.
and I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova.
Whew, we're here,
We are here. We
and
are
everything
here.
appears to be working.
We are here, and oh yeah, how about that? Things seem to be working this night. Tonight, this night, tonight, this night, tonight,
Get it together.
tonight, this night, tonight.
Get it
The
together.
night before the 4th of July. Hey, Ronaldo.
Ronaldo in the house, and Connie. Hi.
Yes, happy 4th of July for tomorrow.
What tomorrow?
Yes, I wonder if who's cooking. Who's cooking? Anybody cooking anything?
Not me. Are you? Maybe.
I don't know.
We're tired.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Maybe something.
Something.
Yeah, something. Are we gonna go
Something.
watch fireworks?
I think they already had them in our area.
No, they have them again. They have some fireworks the week before fireworks. I mean, before the 4th, and then on the 4th.
I'm gonna say something that's very unpopular.
You don't like 4th of July. Whoo!
No, not that. I like holidays. I don't care for fireworks. I never have.
You
Even
don't
as a
like
kid, I
fireworks?
didn't like
You don't
fireworks.
like to go,
Nope. Nope.
ooh,
Nope.
bah humbug.
For real. For real. But that is not what our topic is about.
Our topic isn't about the 4th of July, Independence Day.
Well, I tried to get it to be, but you said no, let's talk about jobs and relationships.
I think you said that it was that topic was more for poetic people fighting racism.
The way you pitched it, yes.
Okay,
It was.
then. So there you go. That's how that happened.
But I gave alternatives that
Okay.
fit what
Okay.
this show is about.
So-
and you said no. So we've already promoted
So-
that tonight we're talking about jobs and relationships.
Jobs
so that's what
and
we're talking about.
relationships.
How do jobs that somebody hates affect your personal relationships? It's
Oh.
part of a segment that we call
Stand by your stance.
Woo. So, Jill, you chose this topic. So, what's your stance?
Oh no, you chose
What's
this
your
topic.
stance?
You
What
chose
is your
this
stance?
topic.
What's your stance
You
on this
chose
topic?
this topic. Well, I do know from experience that when I have hated my job, you got a headache and you said you got to leave that job.
Yeah.
Because when it gives me, you said when it gives you a headache, when my job gives you a headache, time to go.
Yes, that is true. And
hi,
hello,
Jeanette.
Ooh, hi, welcome,
Family's in the
welcome.
house.
All right. Yeah. In a relationship, and a committed relationship, whether it's male, female, male, transgender, straight, well, anyway, all the different ways a person can have a committed relationship. If one person really hates their job, it can affect their relationship because they come home all pissed off, or they come home and it doesn't matter whether they work from home or not, or out of the home. But when they have time at the end of the day to talk, have some
That's the
quality
number one thing on their mind. They can't let it go.
They
Yep.
can't let it go. All
Yep.
the stuff between, on the job. And, and good evening.
Hi,
Who's-
Renee.
Hey, Renee.
Now Hodgenville's in the house too. Hey, Renee.
Hodgenville, what's
Yay,
up? How y'all
representing.
doing? Ooh. I wonder what they're doing in Hodgenville for the 4th of July.
Oh, having some good food, I'm sure.
Fireworks? that you don't like?
I said food. I didn't say fireworks.
Fireworks that you don't like?
I don't know. My grandmother used to live near the, or she lived near the fairgrounds, and so we would just walk down to the fairgrounds, and that's where they had fireworks.
Yeah, and lately,
But I still didn't like it.
and lately they've been doing the fireworks from the stadium at Kennesaw State University.
Oh, that's
which
right. We
is around the corner from our house.
Yes, still
Yes.
don't. So anyway, we were talking about
So-
jobs
So
and
we were talking
relationships.
about jobs and relationships.
Yes,
and,
so you're
and-
absolutely right. If one person hates their job, they may be that the partner may get the brunt of it because that's the one person they could talk to about it. But also, it could be the opposite, where they withdraw and they want time to themselves to just woo-saw, and do what they have to do to protect themselves and self-care and things like that. So they may spend less time with the people they love because they hate their job.
Okay.
But either
Yes, that
way-
is true.
Oh, Renee, you live in Glasgow? I did not know that.
Glasgow.
Well, hi.
I've
Well,
been to
Glasgow in the
Glasgow.
house too.
Wow, left Hodgenville and went to Glasgow.
Glasgow's a good place, though.
Okay, cool.
I spent some time there.
Did you party? Did you dance on any tables?
I didn't dance on any tables, but I went on dates in Glasgow when I was in high school.
Didn't dance on any tables.
No,
Okay.
I don't know why you keep trying to. Everybody, for the last month, Tony has tried to get me to dance on a table. What's up with that?
Maybe it's a hint. Know what I'm saying? Maybe it'll be a stress reliever from your job.
For me to dance on a table?
Yes.
Well,
yes,
it's got to be
maybe.
steady enough.
Yeah, we
like
gotta-
knowing me, I would like crash or
Well-
fall off the table or something.
Well, as many of you know, I worked for myself for most of my life. So all of this hating your job stuff, I worked for myself. So if I was pissed off about my job, I kind of had to blame myself. However,
However,
right now I have a job. I have a
do you hate your job?
no. I'm surprised because I don't.
That's good.
I don't. It's
That's very good.
It's good.
In fact, in the
going to
20 years
work
I've
and all
known
that.
you, this is the first job I've ever heard you say that you don't hate
I do not hate.
and
this
that you
job.
actually like it. So it's one thing to say you don't hate it. It's another to say you like it.
Yeah, it's not like I wake up looking forward to going to work. If I didn't have to go to work, I wouldn't. So it's not that I like it that much, but it's okay. I don't mind going in, and it's close to the house, and I get paid very well, and everybody's chill and cool, so it's good. I'm not complaining.
Yes, and I enjoy you. You do tell me stories about your jobs, and they're they're always highly engaging stories. So I actually like your stories from this job. I didn't especially appreciate stories from previous jobs, but this one is they're quite interesting.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Well, you've got interesting
Why?
group of coworkers.
I think that maybe it's not that they're so interesting. You're just not used to interacting with certain people because you're kind of up here and the rest of us are down here. See, Jill. So
No, I don't see.
I'm with the people that are down
What are you
here.
talking about?
I'm one of these people that's down here. But
I'm-
you're one of the people that's
I'm entry level
here.
at my
Matter
current
of
job.
fact. But you're still like way up here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're still, even though the job stresses you out and you are overworked. This is my opinion. You can tell me otherwise. But
I have no
believe-
comment.
I believe you're overworked and stressed.
I think we're all overworked and overstressed. In fact, I know very few
I'm
people.
not overworked and stressed.
I know very few people who aren't.
I am not.
So you're one of the
Let's
few.
take a poll. How many of you in the audience are overworked and stressed? Just say me,
Me.
you know,
Me.
or you could just press an emoji. Any way you want to communicate that is fine, because not everybody is overworked and stressed. And I am not.
That's good. That's
I'm
good.
good. Yeah.
That's good.
So how are you at your job?
We're all
I'm down.
definitely, no, I'm not stuttering. We're all definitely overworked. And I'm sure we're all stressed. I know I am. And Jeanette says she is too.
Ooh, yeah. See, I guess because I've worked for myself my whole life. I view jobs like a job that a person works at a lot differently. So I'm like,
Oh, how do
hey,
you view a job?
well, the first thing I tell a person when they get the new job is don't believe the hype. They're going to tell you a whole bunch of stuff that this job is great. Oh, you're going to love it here. It's going to.
Well,
No,
every job
you're
has pros and
probably-
cons, I believe.
Yeah, it's probably going to be way worse than what they say.
And in the beginning, it's always good. It's like the honeymoon.
No, it is
period.
not always good in the beginning. Sometimes it sucks from day one. After they told you it would be great.
That I haven't quite experienced.
But yeah, first thing is don't believe the hype. And the second thing is, I know that we all need to make money and we need to pay our bills, but don't give the people you work for so much power over you. You were looking for a job. When you got that job, when you're ready to leave, you'll be looking for another job. And hopefully one day you'll find that job that's a good fit.
Well, Ronaldo says some of us wish we were overworked and stressed at times.
That don't make no sense. Ronaldo, that makes no sense.
I'm pretty sure Ronaldo is saying, like
That
some
don't make
people
no
have
sense.
jobs, right? And that, so
They
I
want
think he's saying
stressful jobs.
I'm saying, I believe he's saying, be grateful that you have a job.
Yes, I believe, yes, you should be grateful that you have a job. But however, if you are miserable in your job, you should be looking for another job.
Absolutely. Well, you started to give advice already, so let's get to our second segment that we
Sure,
call.
Jill.
I'm trying to help you.
Do you have more advice? Because you already started.
I am trying to help. I'm trying to help y'all. Look, I'm trying to help y'all so you can have a happier life, a less stressful life. Sometimes we just, and I've been in that situation also, where I had to take a job because I just needed the money. And I have worked in a bucket factory where I just made plastic buckets.
You worked in a bucket factory?
I worked in a bucket factory. Yes, I did.
I don't know if I knew that.
And the bucket factory, there were many people at the bucket factory that really liked their job. They came in, they made buckets, and they went home, and they liked the people they worked with, and they enjoyed the job. They were happy with the pay. I was not, but they were happy with the pay, and they liked their job. So, and that's good. That was good. But me, there was nothing, not one single thing I liked about the bucket, making buckets, and that job. I didn't like it, but I did need some money.
So what's your advice?
My advice is, if you get into a job and you actually like the job, that's great. That's, stay. And it's all good. But if you don't like the job, you don't have to put up with it, even though you need the money. All right? I needed the money when I started the job at the bucket factory, and I still needed money when I left the bucket factory, but I moved on. I didn't stay where there were people that worked at the bucket factory for, 10 years, 20 years, and that's okay. But that was not for me. So if you're at a job that's not for you and you're doing it just to pay bills, while you're doing that job, keep looking for another job. That's I'm trying to help you. And you might be happier.
And what's your advice for, like, if the other person is unhappy in their job and they choose to talk about it with the one person they trust, which is usually their partner?
Well, yes,
What's your advice there?
we do need to vent. Okay, as
Let it
people.
out.
Yes, and if you have someone to talk to about it, your partner, do that. But try not to overwhelm them with it, okay? You don't want that to be the only conversations you have is about your job, your work, and how unhappy you are and all the drama that's there. Because your partner wants to have a happy, loving relationship with you. So if you are just complaining all the time about the job, and like I said, you do need to vent, but if you're that's all your partner is getting from you, that's not a lot of fun. It's not. It's not. Just imagine if someone was in your ear, just and that you loved, but all they did was complain about their job. So they complain about the job, then you all go to sleep, and then you go back to work, and that's doesn't lead to a happy life. So,
Well, we're in agreement that if you truly hate your job, don't stay there. Like, don't limit yourself. So that's my first piece of advice. Don't limit yourself. There are other jobs you could do with the same skill set. But I do understand that looking for a job is a
it's
job
hard.
within itself. It's time consuming, especially
It is.
in.
And it can be stressful also.
It can.
Just looking for
It
the
can.
job.
But most of the time, if you're still in the job, but you're looking, that helps your psyche too, to know that you're trying to do
but-
something
Right.
to get out.
Not
My-
trapped.
Right. Well, I don't think anyone is ever really stuck in a job because,
But they can feel trapped.
it can feel, you can feel trapped. Yes. My second piece of advice is along what you're saying too, which is work to live, not live to work.
Ooh, listen to you.
Listen, I didn't come up with that. I don't remember who said that, but I didn't come up with that. But it's a good mantra to have. It's like we do work because we need to make money. We need incomes, but like you said, you don't necessarily have to give all your best energy
Yeah,
to that job.
that's right.
I don't know when this world became a place where it was that we needed to say work-life balance instead of just living it. Where it's not, to me, it's not, hey, Charlie.
Oh, I was just thinking about you tonight. What's up, my brother?
What's up? To me, it's not a badge of honor to say you work 60, 80-hour weeks. That's not good. And I don't know.
But
I guess
what
it's
if you're
the-
making like crazy great money?
I don't know. There's balance that out. To me, that still wouldn't be worth it. Like I've made a lot of money, but I was constantly on call. Love you too,
Love
Charlie.
you too, Charlie. Well, look. Let's take this. I try to use myself as an example, when I can. So, this job I have, they came to me with a situation. And
Today?
Yes, they came to me with
Today.
a situation. It doesn't matter what the situation is, but I work from Monday to Friday, Monday to Friday, Monday to Friday, kind of regular hours, right? But over this holiday, I suggested that I work on Saturday, on this holiday weekend. Now, why would I do that?
I was gonna say, I would not have done that.
I didn't I didn't have to. I didn't have to, but one of our really good customers is in a bind. And I knew that this Saturday thing was only going to take, a few hours for me to do, maybe, 4 hours, maybe 5. But they're going to pay me double time.
Well, I was gonna say when it's worth it, then maybe.
Yeah, double time. And as I've already said,
And you're not working a full day.
no, the double time, 4 hours or so, double time. I come in, I go do this thing, I come back, and I'm home, and I have the rest of the day. And usually, she'll still be in bed.
Maybe not.
By the time I get back.
I might.
So we can have the rest of our day.
It's vacation. It's a weekend.
All will be good. So that's a situation, where sometimes it's not all about the money, and it's not because I just love the job, or like Ronaldo said, more hours, work more, work more, work more, No, it's just that, I can go in, bam, boom.
But would you do that at a job you hate?
No.
Would you give them more of your time? I wouldn't either.
I would not.
I wouldn't either.
I would not. No, I'm out. I'm out. Nope. But Charlie, and I hate to put him on the spot.
He said sleeping in.
I know him, and he's a good example. If he's like, oh no, I'm not putting up with this stuff at this job, he's out. But then
As
Charlie and I, birthday is on the exact same day.
Yes, yes.
So we're a lot alike.
Well, you and I are a lot alike too. We're all Sagittarius.
Yes, you're a week apart. You're
Yes.
a week away from me.
Yes.
So that's cool.
Yes.
Sleeping in. I don't know how to do that.
You really don't. Not at all.
Sorry.
Well, any other advice, or shall we get to our third segment?
Third segment.
Hey.
I'm ready. Did you hear about this? Did you hear about
This is the segment in which I look up surveys or studies or polls about the topic. So I looked up a survey about job dissatisfaction. And this is from Deloitte, which is they provide audits and consultations to a number of different industries. And so they found that 83% said burnout is burnout from work. Negatively impacts their personal relationship. So it's the number one thing, according to these 83% of people, that
I'm like, yeah, right. What a surprise. Duh.
Well, I would have said stress. I would have said stress over burnout.
But yeah, but you get
one leads to the other.
Stress, that's exactly right. They're hand in hand,
And then, according to Forbes magazine, do you know the two biggest reasons people stay in jobs they hate?
I do know one.
Okay.
No, I think I do know both of them, and I'm not looking at your list.
No, you never see my list.
One is the people.
One.
That's number one. Don't say whether I'm right or wrong yet. So
Okay.
my number one reason is the people. People will always say, "Oh, my job sucks, but I stay for the people. I like my coworkers. I like my colleagues." Two, the second one is the money. But they pay me well. They pay me well, so I put up with the rest. So, how did I do, Jill?
Well, the money / job security is the number one reason they stay in jobs they hate. Number two is because they need health insurance and they can't afford.
Oh yeah,
The,
that's
uh,
a
the
good,
other
that's
side
a
of
good
it.
one. Yeah.
Regarding
I should have added
people, that's the number one reason people leave their jobs.
Doggone people. Doggone people.
And usually the
messing
people
up
are the
all the
managers.
time.
Usually the people that they leave, it's because of managers.
Oh, but I specifically said their colleagues or coworkers.
Yeah, but that's still the number. That's not enough to keep them there. So number one reason people leave is because of people. People will be like we were discussing with one of our friends the other day. People will be peopling.
I think we need to do on another episode of the top 10 list and do a countdown.
Of which side? Why people stay or why people leave?
Well, we already why people leave or why people stay. And but I guess the countdown would go in different directions. Yeah. And Charlie says exactly. Yes. So I don't know. Yeah. Because Charlie has told me, man, they pissed me off.
I think we've all said that, haven't we?
They just pissed me off. I'm out.
I think we've all said that. Yep. My tolerance for level has gotten way low the older I get.
Really? Mm-hmm. Really? How about with the more stressed you get also? Or the more overworked you get? How does that work?
What do you mean? The older I get?
Your tolerance level, yes.
I don't know.
I do. I know how it affects you. I know how it affects you.
Oh, are you asking how to stress? How do I tolerate stress? What are you asking?
The stress of your job when you're at a job that you're overworked and stressed.
What's the question?
Your tolerance level.
Oh, yeah. As Charlie says, leave.
Yeah.
Just leave.
But well, to answer the loaded question, has that situation affected Jill and I's relationship presently?
Careful.
That is a question.
Oh, that's one we're not going to say on air. We're not going to answer that.
Affected it? Oh, well, I'm going to answer.
All right, we're going to end this show. We got 2 minutes left. Charlie says, why we leave. Top 10 is my choice.
Yeah,
all right, we're going to end this show.
So, does it
talk about what? Talk about, yes,
look,
we are.
Geez, I'm like gone. This is where I got to go into my stuff. Hey, y'all. Look at that. Look, you're watching I'm Right. You're listening to I'm Right. But make sure you check out I'm Right every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. And you can go to JillCox.com.
You do not know. You still don't know my name.
JillCoxCordova.com and click the podcast tab to check it out. And you can watch it on YouTube and Facebook. Also, check out my show, Poetic People Fighting Racism, and that's every other Saturday night, so it will not be this coming Saturday night, but the following Saturday night, and that's at 9 p.m. Eastern. What else do we have, Jill?
Well, thank you, Renee, for saying we had great segments. Appreciate you coming in. And next time I'm in Glasgow, I'll look you up.
Yeah.
Go play some pickleball or something. She's a really good pickleball player.
Oh, she is?
Yeah. She's a force.
All right. But I'm still looking at Charlie's last thing.
Yeah, he says, why we leave. Top 10 is the poll, the survey he would like for us to do.
We should do that.
Yeah.
Write that down, Jill.
I won't forget.
But I might.
But you might. All right. Well, we got to end. Well, everyone have a wonderful 4th of July.
Yeah, have a wonderful 4th of July. And if you want, you can invite us over to your house if you live in Metro Atlanta. We'll come in and eat and drink. We might even bring something like a bag of potato chips.
I was gonna say something store bought. On that note, we gotta go.
Right.
Bye, everybody.
Right. Bye till next week. We love you all. Thank you for watching, and we really, really do love you, and we love that you participate. So till next time.
Love you. Bye.
Love you.